NWA Powerrr Episode 14, Strictly Business Takes Over. This was a good show. It was fun. One of the things I enjoyed, before I get to the matches, the video, the vid pack that's for Hard Times. I believe that's the name of the pay-per-view. It comes out, January 24th, I believe. Hopefully I'll remember to actually take a look at it, because I might be working on something on that day. But still, when you look at it, it's in black and white. You wouldn't think that just changing the color from a regular video to black and white from color would be interesting. It gives this sense of the past, that it was something important, something interesting. I find that refreshing. The general promotions right now do everything in color. Very, very rarely they ever do anything in black and white. Yeah, they do all those weird tones, or maybe they'll do the, when you see, like, the screen go black, or when you see it with static, they'll do that. But black and white, very rarely. And it was nice to see that they're trying to build up into this pay-per-view. I am enjoying it. Also, they did sponsor the last few matches that will be for the television title, which was very good. And that leads me into the first match. And that's going to be the Dawsons, Dave and Zayn, going up against each other. My boy, having my name. Yes, my name. Was this a good match? Really, it kind of felt awkward. And I think it's due to the fact that since Nita Dawson had an interview in the beginning of the show, I think that did not work for me personally. I really believe they needed to say something towards one another before they got into the ring. I really do believe that. After the match was over, they didn't have any interview. Nita Dawson had an interview about, hey, how do you feel about your brother now? Are you still going to be tagging together, because you were pretty rough about it? Something was needed for the Dawsons, because they still kind of feel blank. Yes, they're a good tag team, and they talk pretty well, but this was a tournament. And yes, you did have a talking point last week with the Dawsons, or the week before. But this was their match, and I felt that Zayn and Dave needed to say something. Zayn won the match by knocking his brother out with his cast, because his wrist was still supposedly broken. But still, I think it needed more. The opening of the show, we had a match. You know what? No, I won't go to the opening of the show. Let me go to the match of Alyssa Vox versus Molina. This was a hard-hitting match. It was better than the Dawson match. Now, I'm not saying it was a fast-paced match. It was not a fast-paced match. But I did enjoy the match. And the problem here was, I would have liked to see Vox have her little moment to talk. Don't give women a lot of time to talk. Vox has not talked that much, almost not at all. Now, that could be because she can't talk, or they just don't see a lot in her, which I wish they wouldn't be like that. I really want to see Vox talk. I want to see where she stands. In the end, Molina won, and she calls out Alice and Kat. No problem with it. They're setting it up for next week. But, and this is the but, I'm hoping they're not actually going to do the match there, which I don't think they will, but sometimes they like to throw curveballs at you. As far as I can tell, they're just going to set this up so there's going to be some type of problem next week, so when Hard Times comes out, they'll actually have the match there, which I believe will be the wisest thing to do. Do not have the match on TV. Have it at the pay-per-view. That's what I think it should be. The Pope. My boy, the Pope, D'Angelo De Niro, comes out with Outlaw Inc. And he says, look, I am not, Dave Marquez is saying, so you're the manager of these guys, so what's going on? He says, Pope, baby, he ain't no manager, baby. He is just the friend. Hell, he's just maybe an advisor the most. But these boys have been thrown around and has not even had a chance at anything. And as you can see, Stevens in the question, and that is the third-degree national champion. I won't call him Shooter Stevens. I'll call him the Sensei's child. I don't know what I'm saying. Look, when you see question mark and you see Shooter Stevens, you just want to laugh your ass off. When you see him, you know you're going to have some fun with these idiots. And karate. I still say that when the guy who's question mark, I keep forgetting his name, he's finished with the segments, when he has to do that, he's got to laugh his ass off and say, I can't believe I still got it. I'm getting paid just to say, karate. But anyway, the Pope's trying to put over Outlaw Inc. And seeing that Homicide supposedly is still injured is supposed to build up into this match where they're trying to get something done. Which, I'm not sure what exactly. Are you trying to get a match for Eddie Kingston for the national championship? Because that's what it's really coming down to. Neither one of these guys are really doing anything very special except in the television division. I mean, well, not television. They're trying to get the television title. And the thing is that if they're going after the national title, why are you doing a tag team? That's just me. I mean, I would understand if it was Eddie going up against the question mark, or Eddie going up against pretty much Shooter Stevens, the third degree national champion. You know, I'm going far with that because this was a good match, but then you wonder where they're going to go with it. Because in the end, Eddie loses temper. He gets flared up. He can't stand seeing Homicide get his ass whooped. He messes up the entire match. And Homicide gets pinned by Shooter Stevens. And then the Pope goes into the ring. And he looks at him, doesn't say a word, and walks out. My guess is he's like, you just messed up your damn match, boy. I just set you up. And you let that freaking hot-headed, thick head of yours mess up the match. That's what I think he was thinking. So I don't know where they're going to go with this. I don't know where they're going to go with Kingston. I'm hoping to go somewhere with Eddie Kingston, but I don't know. I'm going to be honest here, guys. I was never happy what happened with him in Impact and the OGs. He should have won the tag titles. They should have had a run with those tag titles, and that would have given us war with LAX, but they did not do it. I always felt it sucked. So in this situation, I'm hoping to do something with him personally because I do believe he deserves it because he did put the OGs over well. Now, let's see here. They had a video package with Colt Cabana and the Ken Anderson. Kind of saying what's going on with you two. And they're saying what? You think I'm upset about something? You think I'm angry? And I'm putting it like this when it comes to Colt and I'm botching here because I just don't feel right with this. I don't. It's like they're trying to drag this out to the pay-per-view and then maybe they'll have the payoff, which you could say that makes sense between Colt and Anderson, but I really feel like Anderson should have broke away and already started having a feud with Colt already. He should have started beating him up last week and then they're building up into this. But it's just me. I don't know. I just don't know. It just feels like there's something missing. It's just me, maybe. Let's see. Austin Idol's video. Man, he's now a... You want somebody to help you. He's in my face. You want somebody to guide you. You need a psychiatrist, but you can't afford it. You need a psychologist. You can't afford it. Come to Austin. Come to the Idol, and he will set you straight by knocking your teeth down your throat. He didn't say it like that, but that's how it felt. I would love, I'm telling you right now, that one segment, I would love them to do that as a piece in NWA. I'm botching. I want to see him come out. I want to see him set up a little booth right near the ring. And I want to see him give advice to people. And when they don't listen, he knocks those teeth down their throat and say, get in the damn ring and do your job. And they go off and do their job. That's what I want to see with Austin. That's what I want to see with the Idol. That's what I want to see now. I know it sounds stupid. I think it would be funny. I think it would be interesting. But that's just me. Final match. Oh, almost forgot. Before the final match, you got Marty Scurll, who now is basically creative in ROH. But he's still going to have his match with Nick Aldis, I believe. And Nick goes over to ROH to invade. Now, I have heard the rumors that ROH and NWA may be trying to work out a deal. Now, I'm not going to say it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'd rather wait and see if it actually happens before I give my opinion and hear what so far we know. This is still all speculation. But seeing that he went to ROH to try and set up for Hard Times is a good thing to do. Had no problem speaking, and you see him with Camille in my face. You see them say, I have no problem coming here, but you made it like this. You're going to learn. You're going to learn well. I'm not sure if it's Marty Scurll or somebody else. I can't remember. But essentially, there will be a match between Nick Aldis and somebody there. You guys can tell me below. Finally, the match of the night. You got Big Poppa Pump with Strictly Business, which is Wild Card, versus Rob, Eli, and Tim Storm. The thing that made me happy was seeing the Poppa Pump speak. Our savior, Poppa Pump, speaks. And you know what he had on his shoulder? The old WCW tag titles. And he said, you know what? This is the real NWA. It's in my face. This is the real NWA titles. Me and my brother, he didn't say his brother, but I went and I got these titles because they were the original ones. When Ted Turner took over and we went to WCW, we whooped everybody's ass. You are nothing, Rock and Roll Express. You know what? I'm glad that Nick called me and I'm glad he showed me respect and I can't wait to beat your ass. That is Poppa Pump. This is what I wanted. Now we go to the ring. That's sort of not what I wanted. Look, I'm not against Big Poppa Pump going in the ring. I'm not against Rob going into the ring because he ain't that fast. Tim Storm is still very spry for 53 years old, so he's cool. But you got near a 56 or 57-year-old guy in Big Poppa Pump. You got over a 60-year-old man in Rob. And then you got everyone else trying to fill in the blanks. Because when you saw all the faces, Rob was tagging out really fast with Eli and Tim. And it was Eli who was carrying the match on their side. This is the reason why I love Eli Drake. The man knows how to work a ring. He knows how to work a match. I still love Big Poppa Pump. He's not bad. Rob's not bad. Tim Storm's not bad. But you got 3 out of 6 guys who are pushing over 50 and into their 60s trying to do a 20-minute match. And at one point, Rob almost legitimately fell off his ass. If it wasn't for the rings holding him, he would have fell back and whacked his head. I understand why the Rock and Roll Express is there. They're trying to give some type of legitimacy to NWA, and people still love them, especially in Hotlanta. But when you really see it for what it is, these guys should be managers. All of them. Well, except for Tim Storm. He's still active. He's still very spry. He's only in his early 50s, like 52, 53. So he's still very young. And he's still very, very active. So he has no problem jumping in the ring. But you're still talking about Rob. You're talking about Ricky. And you're still talking about Big Poppa Pump, who just don't move fast anymore. And it worries me that one of these days, one of these guys is going to break a hip. And as a guy who has a bad hip, I worry for them. I'm just hoping they won't get hurt too much working with young guys who is trying to protect them. But it's obvious the more that they try to do matches and fast-paced matches, the more it looks bad. In the end, the faces win, and now we got Ricky Martin. You got an old guy going after an old title with a young guy. This is going to be interesting in Hard Times. This is going to be interesting. There's no way they're going to do it on regular TV. Well, you know what I mean, YouTube. This is going to be something. How are they going to make this match mean something on Hard Times with a 60-plus-year-old guy working with at least a mid to late 30s guy who's still in his prime? Nick Aldis is maybe 36, 37 years old. I think he's like 36. Working with a 60-something-year-old guy. Hopefully they know how to make this work when that match happens. This was a good show. I did enjoy the show. The Austin Idol, that just got me. I don't know why it triggered me to want to see him at ringside with a little booth saying, anybody who needs some help, sit down for a minute, let me help you. Oh, that's your problem? There you go. There's your problem solved. Get in the damn ring. That's what I want to see. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.